Hi, this is John Lee for Hack the Hype, the behind the scenes look into my production, my FX general production. This is my second base mesh for my werewolf character that I'm making. Why is it not rotating now? Oh, there we go. Took me 20 minutes to model the legs, because the legs were quite tricky compared to this kind of bipedal creature that can be on all fours and switch. Yeah, the Fosco of the legs and the creature in general, I started in May of 2017. And it looks more cartoony, like a cartoony wolf, because I haven't done as much detail for the teeth and stuff, but yeah, this is my first go. Something about May 2017, because I grew up doing like May 2009 to up to like 2015, and besides the renderer, the mental ray renderer, and the mental ray, because they don't have mental ray anymore integrated into 217, only up to 215 or 16, I believe. You have to download it separately, which is a nuisance. But besides that, the modeling, I prefer modeling in 213. Because they change things around slightly, and it's quite weird to get used to it. There's something really strange about 217 that there's something different. I don't know what it is, except for some of the tools are slightly different, and the smooth tool doesn't work as adequately for me as it does in the 213 one. But yeah, I thought it was kind of, see, how big do I want the arms? I hate it when it gets some of the ones in the back there. There we go, that's a little better. Give him some give it some shoulders. Maybe too much wide, I believe. Goes in the back. yeah, there's good things about 217 that I might get into. I know there's been improvements with 217 and 218. But as far as modeling particularly goes, there's just something about the way the mesh in the 216-17 or beyond doesn't seem to keep it. I don't know, it's shade or changes the way that you can control and manipulate the mesh. Although I could still do base meshes and then put it into ZBrush and just go crazy in ZBrush and apply the detail in there, which is an option. But I like modeling in Maya as well. It's not to say Maya 218 might not be good for things like dynamics or rendering improvements, because they've employed Arnold in the new one, I believe, which I haven't had much experience in. Seems interesting. Yeah, Arnold. See, they don't have its usual. We've got Maya software, Maya hardware, etc. Bum bum bum. We need the arm to go down that way. Give it a bit of a hump on the back. I'm taking from several sources that I've modelled to get the structure right. But so this is like structure, form, and joints, and then I put my Japanese Henko mark for copyright purposes. It's like a Japanese logo. So they're the base version, and then to get the detail of the head, I've got a few of them I drew. The eye is the only thing that's bothering me at the moment, because once I sew this together and put it into ZBrush, I don't want it to collapse the polygons in the mouth and whatnot. I want to keep the mesh right for rigging and whatnot. Also to apply anatomy at some point as well. Probably within the next week, I should imagine. It's not too bad for a second base mesh elbow. I can always adjust it more because the elbows and the hands are quite complex compared to most of it. Stranger, it's harder for me to do that than the actual head. Heads seem to be easier for me to model than the hands, but you know, practice makes perfect, and I will increase my hand modeling skills and feet, because at the moment it's like base mesh ready to put in ZBrush to add the details into the leg more, the claws, should I say. Sometimes I wonder, oh, did I add too much detail to the face before putting it in ZBrush? I guess you can't. I guess depends on the person. Some people like to use ZBrush and just make it from scratch, but I like to be cross-platform. So yeah. So I've got a dragon to model, and I've done a dragon thing I've done a dragon gargoyle hybrid in 3D Max over 5-6 years ago, 2011, so longer than that. It's now 18, isn't it? I guess that will do for now. Yeah, so it shouldn't be too hard to model a dragon, really, because I did like an eel, and yeah, it should be quicker in 3D in Maya for me. I'm usually, well, I think I'm quicker, but I haven't modeled anything in 3D Max for such a long time, not professionally anyway. I should probably get back into 3D Max. Although 3D Max, I tend to look at what they use it in, like major movies, and I've noticed that mostly rendering and lighting in 3D Max, because they've had like extra bits and bobs and they do it in real time. Something to consider. But I probably will cross-platform for VRED, for lighting, shading, reflection, refraction, real-time texture, etc. Just trying to think how the heat map will work on this for how the pardon me, because it needs to be evenly distributed through the mesh, and cleaned up for animation. So the heat map has to be in conjunction with the joints for animation and the rigging. So the rigging from the joints. So that I haven't done in a while, but I did with robots before, so it shouldn't be too hard to rig a creature. But yeah. For detail wise, it's not too bad for standalone Maya at the moment. But I do tend to use ZBrush more when texturing the skin and whatnot. And I want to get back into subsurface scattering in ZBrush and Maya. Cross-platform for ZBrush and Maya. Yeah, I find it easier to skin the creatures to UV texture the creatures in my creatures in ZBrush because I'm more comfortable with it. Here's one I did before. Here it is with some of the fine details back into Maya. And adding the fine details in ZBrush, something I did before in Maya. This was an early attempt to try and use DUD for trying to simulate furry creatures, which I lost in an accident, so I need to get back to that, and especially if I'm CGing werewolves. Yeah, I'd use fur for my werewolf creature, which I would look forward to. So it's second day for modelling. It's a lot better than my first day. I think I started with Maya 217. Maybe there's a weird stigma that grows on me because I'm not used to the modelling, because they changed it slightly and it's a bit awkward getting used to. That's putting me off maybe. But yeah. Yeah, so basically when I put it in ZBrush, it would be the third stage, and I can add like the wrinkles and everything and the creases on the head and whatnot, and then also any abrasions I have I can clear out to make it look a little nicer. But yeah, this isn't too bad. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I think it will walk okay. Do I? Maybe I need the legs just slightly further apart. More. Also, I've got to add it in the tail as well, but I'm going to wait till I sew that together, so we'll get most of the detail in there first. There's always some difficulty with the teeth, because there's like, you forget there's an extra bit behind the lip, and then you need to actually maintain the lip. I need to maintain the lip a bit more. Okay, give it that stronger look. That more defined lip, should I say. Okay. Definitely need to work on the ear a bit. It's a bit, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, the smooth tool helps quite a bit. These surface tools, these sculpt geometry tools, is more I can control them better in here. I don't know why it sort of darkens the mesh in the other one, and I can't for some reason control it like it needs to be used. But yeah. Alright everyone, okay, that's me for the day, and everyone have a good day. Take care.